Hey, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to Pokeshoot Channel and the Guitar Ladder System. Hey, I want to mention a couple things that are kind of important. One of them, this is a review of my original CD at Vintage Guitar Magazine. I'm really, whoops, I think I just made a mistake here. I'm really proud of it. If you do a search for Steve Zook like I'm doing right now, just go to vintageguitar.com and do a search for Steve Zook. My original CD comes up. It's reviewed by Mr. Steven Stone. I'm just kind of offering this for credibility. He calls me a prodigious composer and player. One of the reasons I'm doing this today is that today I got a really derogatory, attacking comment from somebody that was pretty unbelievable. I guess some people just aren't happy, or they're insecure, or they don't feel good unless they put somebody down. I'm not going to talk about it too much. But, it's kind of important to understand that, every video I do, I'm not trying to show off. I'm not trying to impress you with how much I know or how much I can play or how fast I can play. If you want to see a really good improvisation that I do, go to my very first homepage on my Pokeshoot channel where the guy's surfing, and that's probably one of my really state-of-the-art improvisations right off the top of my head. In fact, Jamie Glasser, who toured with Chick Corea, called me on the phone just to tell me, it meant a lot to me, just to tell me that he loved that improvisation, and we had a real nice chat and a lot of mutual respect. He's a great musician, a Grammy Award-winning musician. Here's the review of my CD at Vintage Guitar Magazine. But he's a really great musician, and he just called to say he loved that improvisation. In fact, that was used by the Music Link on their site for over 2 years. On the Music Link site. I'm a dealer with them. As most of you know, I sell the lower arch tops, which are great. I have a lot of them in stock right now, really good ones. But anyway, every video I do, I'm not trying to do my best playing and everything, because I'm trying to water it down so people can watch my video and learn something. So I am very repetitive. I'll go over the same couple things maybe I've mentioned before. I've been really hung up on the bichord, which is a minor 7 and a major 9 to the major 13 flat 5. But I got a very derogatory comment today, and I just get the feeling he watched one video and just had to attack me. So he's got a lot of growing up to do. Don't want to feed that too much. I think some people are just looking for a hassle. They're just looking for, a reason to get negative energy out of somebody. But anyway, this is a review of my CD at Vintage Guitar Magazine. Mr. Steven Stone, who's actually about 3 or 4 guitars from me, actually called me a prodigious composer and player for my original CD, Transporter. You can hear some of my original music at Steve Zook 1, the number 1, there we go, at bandcamp.com. That's STEVEZOOK, the number 1, not spelled out, at bandcamp.com. I even sent some of my music to John McLaughlin. He liked it a lot. But again, every video I do on YouTube, I'm not trying to play at my highest level or share information at the highest level, because then you lose people. I'm trying to share so you can pick up a couple tips from it. But now, just to show you what I mean, and I just reduced the Guitar Ladder System to 149. It's such a great situation for those that really want to grow and evolve, because the 240 studies and videos will give you a really good feel for at least 10 different systems of improvisation. But I want to show you the video I'm talking about here if you really want to hear me do an improvisation, which I feel I was in the zone on, and that's this one here. This is on the first page of my YouTube channel, and it's this one right here. Now, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but my main point on this video is I'm not the kind of person where every time I do a video I'm trying to blow you away with how much I know or how fast I play or how deep I play or whatever. So you have to kind of look at me as a whole. If you're trying to figure out if I know what I'm doing, like I said, go to vintageguitar.com, put in Steve Zook, read the review of my CD by the very, very well-respected writer. Steven Stone writes for Stereophile, he writes for Spin Magazine, he writes for Audiophile, he writes for Vintage Guitar, he's a recording engineer, he's a guitar collector. He is a really, really sharp, knowledgeable guy. and he reviewed my CD at Vintage Guitar Magazine, called me a prodigious composer and player, so that means the world to me. But anyway, this is the one that Jamie Glasser saw and called me up. He toured with Chick Corea and is a Grammy Award-winning guitar player. This is the one Jamie Glasser saw. So it's important when you watch a video of mine, don't just think, don't try to judge me or figure me out from one video. If you're thinking about trying to figure out if I'm worth, investing in the Guitar Ladder System, spend some time getting to know me. So anyway, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but this is probably one of the best examples. As you can see, this is on the home page of my YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com/Pokesue. Now I also have some music. At my Steve Zook. Let's see if it comes up this way. stevezook1.bandcamp.com. I may have to put in all the little extra goodies in here. Let's see if it comes up this way. But I am qualified to help you get better as a guitar player. Trust me on that, folks. Okay, here we go. Now, there's some of my songs. Here's an actual piano, because the whole idea behind the Guitar Ladder System is to wake up the composer within, is to broaden your improvisational skills, so you do wake up the composer within. And when you're a composer, you're going to want to compose on more than one piece of music. Here's a piece of music I did called Winter on a grand piano, and I'll just let you hear a little bit of this. This is at stevezook1.bandcamp.com. The Guitar Ladder System is not just a jazz guitar course. It's a complete course in musical improvisation and waking up your original ideas within. This is just a pretty piece. I'm really proud of it, though. It's pretty, but it has a little bit of depth to it, I did this with Mr. Ian Keane at Dreamland Studios. Now here's a little bit of Gray's Mountain. This is a piece in an altered tuning on steel string guitar. Very hard piece. Took me a year to compose this. See, when you wake up the composer within, you're not limited to composing in one style. So that's why I suggest don't marry a genre. Even if you love jazz, you might get real heavy into jazz. I know I did. That's cool. But don't marry a genre. This was a very difficult piece in an altered tuning on, I think, on a Martin D35. And I'm just showing you this. I'm trying to build some credibility here, partly because I got such a derogatory comment today. The guy was just talking out of his ass. But that, I can't let that suck me down, right? Because I know what I'm doing, folks. If you really want to grow as a musician, order the Guitar Ladder. Now here's the piece I did with Mr. Darren Vegas, who was a top hip-hop producer with Death Row Records. And this is completely different, but this is what you get. When you go through the Guitar Ladder System, you're going to get versatile. You'll start reflecting artists you like. I reflect Eric Johnson, Joe Satriani, Michael Hedges, John McLaughlin, Carlos Montoya. I mean, you just start reflecting different people's harmonic implications. Here's some of Journey and Tom. I might even let you hear the whole thing. Check out this lead solo. Not bad for a 65-year-old guy, huh? on this lead solo for a couple weeks, went into the studio, forgot everything, just went into the zone, tried to quiet my mind, listened to the universe, and went for the solo. Darren in Vegas was stoked. All the people at the studio came in after I did it too. It was really cool. Thank the universe for it. Okay, check this out, guys. Guitar Ladder System can wake you up. Okay, so that was Journey in Time, where I played a lead solo that I worked on for a couple weeks, but then when I went in the studio, I just tried to be empty and marvelous and go for it. What I'm trying to show here, folks, is some of my versatility as a composer, because, like I said, the Guitar Ladder System will wake up musical ideas within, but it's not going to limit you, and that's really an exciting thing. You're gonna just start expressing more ideas. I was going to show you a little bit more of one piece, but I don't want this video to get too long anyway. So just remember, when you watch one of my videos on YouTube, every video I'm not trying to play at peak level. I'm not trying to blow people away with knowledge. I'm actually going the other way and watering things down and trying to kind of repeat certain ideas so that you can learn something from my videos. So if you're interested in the Guitar Ladder System, spend some time. Watch that improvisation video on my very first page with the guy surfing at the top. Go to stevezook1.bandcamp.com. Listen to some of my songs. Go to Vintage Guitar Magazine online, which is vintageguitar.com. Read the review of my CD where Mr. Steven Stone calls me a prodigious composer and player. Folks, I know what I'm doing. I've been teaching guitar for over 35 years. I've had absolutely, I know this sounds really crazy, like supernatural results with my students, because I teach the subconscious mind. I don't put my teaching in a box. And I've sold over 9,000 courses, and it's so joyful for me to all the emails I get from people that are just experiencing a lot of musical growth and beginning to hear their own ideas coming out and finding them on the guitar. I just lowered the price to $149 for the Guitar Ladder System for 240 studies, video and chart for each one. It really works, folks. But I cooperate with the science of neuroplasticity, which states that if you don't focus on results, you don't overthink it, you don't get negative, you have a good attitude, you don't watch the water boil, that's the best way to teach the subconscious mind. They've proven the subconscious mind, this is heavy, actually has an open switch and a save switch. I'm on the cutting edge of teaching. I don't have the fanciest website in the world. I don't have the fanciest presentation. I happen to believe I have the best material, though, at the best price. So you just got to just be positive, go on the journey with me. You're going to discover your own musical point of view. You're going to discover musical ideas you didn't even know you have. Does it take some time? Of course it takes some time. It's different for everybody, though. But anyway, just remember that if you want to hear one of my best improvisations, just go to the homepage of youtube.com/Pokesoo. That's the one that the Music Link used on their site for a couple of years. They make the lures. That's the one that Jamie Glasser called me up, who toured with Chick Corea, Grammy Award-winning guitar player. He told me he loved that improvisation. I know what I'm doing, folks, and the only reason I'm doing this video today, somebody messaged me off YouTube with an extremely negative, attacking message that was just unbelievable. Young guy, probably a pretty good player, but you know what? I'm not going to feed it. But I think if he were to check out all of this, he would have a much different opinion of me and would probably apologize to me today, whatever. All right, folks, take care. Let's all stay positive. Let's keep the faith. And if you really love music, you really love guitar, you want to wake up the composer within, you want to discover your own unique musical point of view, don't overthink it. Order the Guitar Ladder System, best 149 you'll ever spin. All right, folks, take care. Let's all keep the positive faith. And just so you know, I'm more into meditation and things like that. I respect everybody's religious beliefs, but I'm more into meditation, more into the laws of the universe. And my kind of philosophical triad or mantra triad is 1, be positive. 2, faith in money matters. 3, believe in perfection. More on that later. Ciao.